Meet Ruby in reverse. So what I'm doing is I'm starting off with laying a wig cap. I'm starting off with saran wrap so I can get like the perfect tight undetectable fit ever. And so I started with this because I have locks, and I then proceeded to put a wig cap that you put underneath of a wig. So I laid it down with some Mehron liquid latex that's in a dark flesh color because, hey, all right, the obvious. So I'm laying it down. And like I said, I wanted to be undetectable, but you wouldn't be able to see it anyway because of Ruby's flesh. And so I'm layering that down. I'm actually trying to create more stability with that wig cap so it does not move on top of the latex and on top of the saran wrap. And I'm just, aiming for that perfect fit to get it tight. And all of these steps are actually done when you're laying like a lace front. Just some technicalities, right? So I'm drying that down. I don't want it to move. I am now proceeding with the balding cap. So what I'm doing is I'm actually layering it again with the latex so I can secure this balding cap because we can't have it to move, right? We can't have it to move. We need it to be still. We need it to be undetectable. We need it to be seamless. We need all of those words, right? So I'm just trying to pull it, getting it to fit. I'll readjust it a couple of times for you just because behind my ear and then my sideburn because I have locks, but I'm going to secure these edges. So what I'm doing now is I'm making sure that I'm going to block out my eyebrows, and I'm really not going to block them out to be seen, but I'm blocking them out so I can keep my freaking eyebrows, okay? Okay, girls? Okay. So now we're going with our homemade prosthetics, and I'm using paper towel, and I'm going to layer that with latex and more paper towel so I can get that brow, that vampire brow. And I just created a shell. This is the brow shell or the protruding brow that vampires usually have. Don't mind those ears, I'm not going to wear them. But I also created that nose the same way I did the shell for the forehead of the vampire, and I'm just layering up that chin right now. And I just want it to be a really textured, a really ugly chin, very pointy if I can get it like that. And I'm gonna go in and I'm going to layer it with some latex, but I just need it to like fit. I need a fit, right? So I'm layering it with latex, more of that Mehron dark flesh colored latex. Blow it off. So I'm just getting it to dry, posing. And what I did is I actually went on top of the balding cap so I could create more of a shell, more of a protectant, so I could have a more flesh type feel, or even a tighter feel with my wig cap on top with the flesh or the latex. Here's my shell. It's nice and tight. My nose is nice and tight. My chin is nice and tight. So now I'm going in with the most major part. The major part of this in creating this vampire look is that I'm going to be doing this with water paint or water activated paint from Mehron with the Paradise AQ. So I'm going in on top of the latex and I'm creating a barrier with the powder. Now some of you may disagree, but it works, and it works for me. So I'm layering that with Airspun. I'm going in deep, right? And this is the part my mother didn't like. She said, you know what, vampires aren't dark, but guess what? We don't know what color a vampire is, Ma, okay? I'm gonna give it to him. So what I did is I created some highlights because her name is Ruby, okay? She still need highlights. She still need to be formulated. I used a layering technique with brown. I used a layering technique with the gray. I used a layering technique with a lighter color brown. And what I did is I tried to go in and just create more depth. I create more dead flesh. And you see the gray here, and it's creating a dead looking fleshlight. And then all of a sudden, we're creating a vampire. Her name is Ruby. Do you like Ruby? Because Ruby is about to come forth, right? Ruby, come forth. Come forth, Ruby, come forth. Hey, Ruby. Give the people what they want. Show them your teeth. I'm so very hungry. Are you now, Ruby? Bite the people.